Hey everybody, I have Marcus here with me, my awesome husband,
Hello.
Mr. Iron Man, Marcus Ratcliffe. And we actually were just in the car taking his parents back to the airport. And on our way back, we started talking about some relationships that we have and how the Lord is requiring things of us. And it's actually really causing us to become stronger. And there's a scripture in Hebrews that I have loved for quite a while now that says that my child shall live by faith. This is the Lord talking. And he says, but if he shrinks back, I find no pleasure in him. And I think oftentimes when we're in life, we find ourselves being fearful of, what people will think of us or how we will be perceived, or maybe stepping out into a new venture rather than just having faith and trusting in the Lord to give us not only the inner courage to do something, but the resources or, um, just the ability to stand strong in a situation. And, I think I jokingly referred to Marcus as Iron Man, but I think about when he did the Iron Man, just the kind of stamina and tenacity you had to have, when you were doing the Iron Man, I mean, elaborate on that because you did it. I just had to watch, which was painful
It
enough.
just took quite a bit of stamina in and of itself. One of the things we were talking about in the car is just the very real fact of when you set precedents in your relationships with others, what you don't do is almost as important as what you do. I was careful how I said that right there. And in such a way that if you are meeting with a client, for example, and you typically are meeting with a client for an hour, and then you go meet with a client for 4 hours, all of a sudden now does that set a new precedent that you're available in 4-hour windows instead of 1-hour windows? And so you have to be really mindful and cognizant with your relationships and the precedents and the expectations maybe of what you set with others. And it's about navigating healthy relationships and in business, in friendships, in marriage. And so anyhow,
With your kids?
With your kids.
Yeah.
And so we're just talking about I think the Lord is revealing some new things to us, and in how you do that. And of course, in order to have a friend, what's the saying? In order to have a friend, you must be friendly.
Right.
And it's important that when God brings quality relationships in your life, that you nurture those. And that is something that takes effort. It's not just something that automatically happens. It reminds me of John Maxwell. He said in his early days, he sat down with a mentor, and the mentor says, John, what are you doing to grow? And John says, and he tried to make something up, and about 5 minutes later, the guy says, John, you don't really have a plan, do you? He's like, no. And so growth must be intentional. So I guess to sum it up, relationships, in order to have quality relationships, you got to be intentional about it.
I think intentional, what the Lord is showing me is I have to be intentional about boundaries because I'm kind of wired to jump in there and help as much as I can and really kind of go over and above. And that's a great quality on one side, but on the other side, you can find yourself almost kind of dumbing yourself down or allowing people to take advantage of you because you want to do something for them. And I'm obviously not saying not to do kind things for people, but the Lord's just really teaching me how to draw some boundaries where it's healthy for me. And so when I'm with my family or my kids, I still have energy to be with them and I'm strong and vibrant. And so I think we're just kind of learning to navigate a little piece of our life. And we had this conversation in the car, and we just thought we would share with you some of the revelations that we have about, just what God's showing us of healthy boundaries are really important to have in life. And if you don't know how to draw healthy boundaries, we've read some really great books about that. Who's the author of the Boundaries book?
Dr. Henry Cloud.
There you go.
Yeah.
And, there's some great resources out there that can really encourage you to be strong, and to be strong in a kind and loving and healthy way, and where you can still retain your self-worth, but yet give of yourself at the same time. So we hope this helps you, and it helped us.
A little snippet on healthy boundaries and setting proper expectations.
That's good.
So,
Great job.
Hope it helps. Let us know. Reply, email, tweet, post, whatever, however, and let us know. Hopefully it helps.
We'll see y'all soon.
Have a great day.
Yeah.